First contact through child's play. Admiral Zextal's primary sensory membrane rippled with confusion as the quantum scanners aboard the Celestial Observer picked up another impossible reading from the primitive planet below. The Sol system was supposed to be a routine survey mission. Catalog the developing species, assess their threat level, and move on. Instead, the Admiral found themselves fixated on energy patterns that shouldn't exist on a pre-FTL world. Analysis confirmed. Admiral, the ship's AI announced, the quantum signature matches Heisenberg-class navigation calculations. Precision rating, 99.8%. Zextal's crystalline form shifted hues from deep blue to agitated purple. These readings suggested someone on Earth was performing calculations that even the Galactic Concordat's best navigators struggled with. Yet the planet's technology level indicated they were centuries away from true spaceflight. Locate the source, Zextal commanded. The holographic display zoomed in on a modest structure in what humans called Tokyo. Not a military installation or research facility, but a small apartment complex. Zextal deployed a reconnaissance drone, its quantum camouflage rendering it completely invisible to Earth's detection systems. The drone's feed revealed a teenage girl sitting before a curved display, her fingers dancing across what appeared to be primitive control interfaces. Ming Chen, according to the identity scan, age 15. She was completely absorbed in what the cultural database identified as a virtual reality game. But what Zextal saw wasn't just a game. The girl was instinctively solving complex quantum navigation problems that had stumped Concordat scientists for centuries. As her virtual ship wove through a simulated asteroid field, she was unconsciously calculating quantum probability waves, plotting courses through 11-dimensional space. Expand search parameters, Zextal ordered. Find similar activities globally. The results were staggering. Millions of humans, mostly young ones, were engaged in these games. Different titles, different interfaces, but all of them unknowingly training their minds to understand the fundamental laws of quantum navigation. A particular game called Stellar Drift caught Zextal's attention. Its players were solving quantum entanglement equations by simply following what they called muscle memory. They had turned one of the most complex concepts in the universe into entertainment. Admiral, the AI interrupted. The Council is requesting your preliminary report. Zextal's crystalline form pulsed with uncertainty. How could they explain that humanity's greatest scientific breakthrough had come not from their laboratories or universities, but from their entertainment? That children were mastering concepts that took Concordat specialists decades to grasp. The Admiral's observation was interrupted by Ming's frustrated growl. She had failed a particularly challenging level and was now methodically analyzing her mistake. She pulled up what humans called a wiki, collaborating with other players to optimize her approach. The solution they derived was essentially a new theorem in quantum physics, arrived at through pure intuition and trial and error. Send a message to the Council, Zextal decided. Request immediate classification of Earth as a Category 1 developing civilization. Admiral, the AI hesitated. Earth fails to meet 37 of the 40 standard criteria for Category 1 status. They've turned quantum mechanics into a game, Zextal responded. They're teaching their children to manipulate the fabric of space-time through play. The standard criteria didn't anticipate this path of development. Ming's victory shout drew Zextal's attention back to the screen. She had completed the level, unknowingly proving a theorem that had puzzled Concordat physicists for generations. Her celebration was interrupted by her mother calling her to dinner. As Ming saved her game and removed her headset, Zextal made a decision that would change the course of galactic history. Humanity wouldn't just join the galactic community. They would revolutionize it. They had found a way to make the impossible intuitive, to turn the greatest mysteries of the universe into child's play. Begin preparations for official contact, Zextal commanded, and download every game from their global network. The Concordat's training programs are about to undergo a significant update. The Admiral's form shifted to contemplative green as they watched Ming leave her room. The humans had achieved something remarkable, not through careful scientific methodology or rigid academic study, but through their unique ability to find joy in complexity. They had turned the universe's greatest challenges into entertainment, and in doing so, had unknowingly prepared themselves for the stars. The stories would spread quickly through the Concordat. How a routine survey mission discovered a species that taught quantum physics to children, how they turned the mathematics of reality into a game. But for now, Zextal simply watched as millions of humans played, each keystroke and gesture unknowingly advancing their species toward the stars. The gaming phenomenon. The Concordat's High Council chamber, normally a model of serenity, erupted into chaos as Admiral Zextal's preliminary report circulated among the assembled representatives. The Admiral's crystalline form maintained a steady blue hue despite the tumult, each facet reflecting the agitated movements of the various species present. "Impossible," thundered Councillor Vex, their plasma-based form churning with skepticism. "You expect us to believe that human entertainment systems have accidentally replicated our most advanced theoretical frameworks." "Not replicated," Zextal corrected, projecting a holographic display into the chamber center. "Improved upon them." The display showed multiple feeds of humans playing what they called space simulation games. A young boy in Brazil expertly manipulating quantum probability fields in a game called Stardancer. A teenager in Nigeria solving complex gravitational equations through an interface that looked like a cosmic racing game. A team of college students in South Korea coordinating a virtual fleet in ways that made veteran Concordat commanders look primitive by comparison. "These patterns are undeniable," Zextal continued. "Humanity has developed a unique approach to understanding the universe. While we spent millennia developing rigid theoretical frameworks, they turned the same concepts into play." The chamber's AI projected new data streams. Sales figures, player counts, streaming statistics. Billions of humans engaged with these games daily, each session unknowingly advancing their species' understanding of cosmic principles. "Most remarkable is their collaborative approach," Zextal added, shifting the display to show various human gaming communities. "When they encounter challenges, they don't just solve them. They share solutions, improve upon them, turn them into teaching tools for others. They call it modding and theory crafting." A new counselor, representing the silicon-based Nexus Collective, raised an appendage. "What of their actual space program? Their primitive chemical rockets and orbital stations suggest no such understanding." Zextal's form pulsed with what might have been amusement. "That's perhaps the most fascinating aspect. They don't know. Their game developers, attempting to create what feels right, have accidentally encoded advanced physics into their entertainment. Their players, seeking only enjoyment, have internalized these principles without realizing their significance." The display shifted to show a game development studio in Sweden. Programmers worked on physics engines, unknowingly writing code that perfectly modeled quantum phenomena. Artists designed interfaces that made 11-dimensional space intuitive. Playtesters provided feedback that refined these systems to near-perfect accuracy. "We've analyzed their gaming networks," Zextal continued. "Their most popular space simulation games contain elements of theoretical physics that our academies only recently confirmed. Some of their gameplay mechanics suggest solutions to problems we haven't even solved yet." The chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity hadn't just stumbled upon advanced scientific principles. They had made them accessible, intuitive, even fun. Their children weren't just playing games. They were training themselves for the stars. "There's more," Zextal added, their color shifting to a cautionary amber. "We've detected other observer vessels in the system. We're not the only ones who've noticed this phenomenon." The implications were clear. Humanity's unique development path had caught the attention of multiple galactic powers. Their games, seemingly innocent entertainment, had become a matter of interstellar significance. "What are your recommendations, Admiral?" the Council Chief asked, their energy form flickering with concern. "We need to protect them," Zextal responded without hesitation. "Not just for their sake, but for ours. Humanity has discovered something profound, a way to turn the universe's greatest mysteries into something that can be grasped intuitively. This gift needs to be preserved and understood." The display showed one final image, a global map of active players, millions of points of light representing humans engaged in virtual cosmic exploration, each one unknowingly pushing the boundaries of what their species could understand and achieve. "There are elements in the galaxy who would see this as a threat," Zextal continued. "Who would rather destroy this potential than risk the changes it might bring to the established order? We must ensure that doesn't happen." The council chamber erupted into discussion again, but with a different tone. The question was no longer whether humanity was significant, but how best to protect and nurture their unique potential. As the debate continued, Zextal's sensors detected a new game release on Earth, something called Quantum Dreams. Within hours, millions of humans would be playing it, unknowingly advancing their understanding of the universe's fundamental laws. The Admiral's form shifted to a hopeful green. Humanity's path to the stars would be unlike any the galaxy had seen before. The crisis. The first attack came without warning. Across Earth, gaming servers began failing in patterns too precise to be coincidental. Admiral Zextal's monitoring systems detected the quantum-level intrusions immediately. Someone was systematically targeting humanity's gaming infrastructure. "Trace the source," Zextal commanded, their crystalline form pulsing with angry red hues. The results confirmed their worst fears. The Wraith Collective, a shadowy faction known for preserving galactic order by eliminating potential threats. Ming Chen noticed it first in Tokyo. Her favorite space simulator, Stellar Drift, was acting strange. The quantum equations weren't just challenging anymore. They were impossible. Similar reports flooded gaming forums worldwide. Players encountered scenarios that violated the game's established physics, corrupt save files that erased years of progress, and mysterious system crashes. "They're trying to corrupt the knowledge base," Zextal realized, watching the attacks spread. "They're not just attacking the games, they're trying to undermine humanity's intuitive understanding of cosmic principles." But the Wraith Collective had underestimated something fundamental about human nature: their resilience in the face of challenges. In Seattle, a teenage programmer named Alex Rivera didn't just report the server problems. They started writing code to fix them. In Lagos, a gaming collective began documenting the impossible scenarios, turning them into puzzles to be solved. Across Reddit, Discord, and countless gaming forums, humans weren't retreating from the corruption. They were analyzing it, sharing findings, and developing countermeasures. "Admiral," the ship's AI interrupted, "you need to see this." The display showed something remarkable. The human players weren't just fighting back. They were inadvertently developing quantum encryption algorithms through their attempts to protect their games. Every patch, every workaround, every community solution was bringing them closer to genuine quantum computing principles. In her Tokyo apartment, Ming noticed patterns in the corruption. She started a thread on a gaming forum. "Weird quantum fluctuations in level 47. Anyone else seeing this?" Within hours, players worldwide were mapping the anomalies, creating what amounted to a sophisticated quantum detection grid. "They're turning the attack into a game," Zextal observed, their form shifting to amazed purple. The humans had instinctively transformed an existential threat into another puzzle to solve, another challenge to overcome. The Wraith Collective escalated their attacks. Gaming networks worldwide began experiencing what humans called lag, but Zextal's instruments detected something far more sinister. The attackers were attempting to create quantum entanglement cascades that would permanently destroy Earth's digital infrastructure. But humanity's response was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Gaming companies released emergency patches that, while intended to simply keep their games running, accidentally created quantum stability protocols that the Concordet's best scientists would envy. Players sharing tips about avoiding glitched areas were unknowingly mapping safe passages through quantum-corrupted space. Alex Rivera's anti-cheat program, designed to stop what they thought were malicious hackers, actually created a revolutionary quantum firewall. Ming's pattern analysis spawned a worldwide network of players tracking and predicting the attacks. A group of modders in Germany, trying to restore proper physics to their favorite space simulator, developed an entirely new approach to quantum field manipulation. Admiral, the ship's AI reported, the Wraith Collective is pulling back. Their attacks are failing faster than they can develop new ones. Zextal's form rippled with satisfaction as they watched humanity's inadvertent defense network strengthen. The Wraith Collective had tried to destroy humanity's understanding of quantum mechanics. Instead, they had forced them to develop practical applications of that knowledge. In the aftermath, gaming communities celebrated what they saw as a victory over hackers and technical issues. They didn't know they had just defeated one of the galaxy's most feared powers. They didn't realize their new security measures and physics patches had advanced their species' understanding of quantum mechanics by decades. "Send a message to the Council," Zextal commanded. The humans didn't just survive the attack. They'd grown stronger from it. The Wraith Collective's attempt to suppress their development has instead accelerated it. As gaming networks stabilized worldwide, players returned to their virtual cosmic explorations. They had no idea that their collective response to what seemed like technical problems had just demonstrated humanity's readiness for the stars more clearly than any test the Concordat could have devised. Zextal watched as Ming Chen logged back into stellar drift, her movements now more confident, her understanding deeper. She and millions like her had just helped defend Earth from a quantum-level attack and thought they were just fixing their favorite games. Unexpected defenders. Admiral Zextal's emergency transmission to the Concordat High Council was interrupted by a cascade of alerts. The Wraith Collective, humiliated by their failed cyber attack, had launched a direct assault on Earth. Hundreds of stealth vessels dropped their quantum camouflage, their weapons primed. "This is absolutely forbidden." Zextal's crystalline form blazed with fury. Direct intervention against a developing civilization violated the most sacred laws of galactic society. But the Wraith Collective had decided that humanity's potential was too dangerous to allow. What happened next would be debated in council chambers for centuries to come. Ming Chen was deep in a stellar drift tournament when her screen flickered. Instead of the familiar game interface, she saw actual tactical data from the Wraith ships, their quantum signatures bleeding through Earth's communications networks. Similar anomalies appeared on gaming screens worldwide. In that crucial moment, millions of gamers did something remarkable. They didn't panic. Instead, they responded exactly as they would to any new game challenge. Alex Rivera, streaming live on Twitch, was the first to recognize the pattern. "These are just like the level 60 invasion scenarios in Starfleet Command," they announced to their viewers. "Everyone form up. Standard counterformation beta." Across the globe, gamers instinctively organized. Years of multiplayer space combat games had trained them for exactly this scenario, though none had ever imagined it would be real. Discord servers and gaming forums transformed into impromptu command centers. Zextal watched in astonishment as humanity's gaming networks reorganized themselves into a defensive grid. Players weren't just recognizing the attack patterns, they were predicting them, countering them, using strategies developed through countless hours of gameplay. "Admiral," the ship's AI reported, "the humans are somehow interfacing with the Wraith ship's quantum systems. They think they're playing a new game mode." Ming led a squadron of Asian players in what they thought was a new event in stellar drift. Their coordinated maneuvers, honed through years of competitive gaming, were actually disrupting the Wraith ship's quantum navigation systems. Each perfectly timed power-up was a counter to a real quantum weapon signature. In Europe, a professional esports team's standard tactics for controlling space zones translated perfectly to disrupting Wraith formation patterns. African gaming caves became inadvertent tactical centers, their players' quick reactions and resource management skills wreaking havoc on the attackers' supply lines. The Wraith Collective's commanders found themselves facing an impossible situation. Every tactical pattern they had developed over centuries of warfare was being countered by humans who thought they were just playing a particularly challenging game. They'd weaponized fun, Zextal observed with something close to awe. The humans' complete lack of awareness that this was real combat had become their greatest strength. They approached each challenge with the fearless creativity of players rather than the caution of soldiers. Alex's stream hit record viewers as they coordinated a global defense they thought was part of a massive multiplayer event. Remember, folks, they advised their audience, this is just like the Quantum Cascade raid boss. Focus on disrupting their synchronization patterns. That casual observation, born from gaming experience, gave Earth's defenders the key to victory. The Wraith ship's quantum-linked weapons required perfect synchronization. The chaos introduced by millions of gamers treating them as puzzle elements completely disrupted their carefully planned assault. Zextal's sensors detected Wraith ships beginning to retreat. Their sophisticated battle plans had been completely undone by humans who approached cosmic warfare with the same enthusiasm they brought to their favorite games. Send everything to the Council, Zextal commanded. They need to understand what we've witnessed here. Humanity hasn't just survived an attack by one of the galaxy's most feared powers. They've defeated them without even realizing they were in a real battle. As the Wraith Collective fled the solar system, Earth's gamers celebrated what they assumed was the successful conclusion of an ambitious new multiplayer event. Gaming forums filled with strategy discussions and clip highlights. Ming's tournament victory was watched by millions, none of whom realized her winning moves had actually disabled 3 Wraith capital ships. Zextal's form shifted to a deep, contemplative blue. The galaxy's balance of power had just shifted, and the only ones who didn't know it were the humans themselves. They had proven themselves ready for the stars not through warfare or scientific advancement, but through play. Evolution through play. The Concordat's Grand Assembly Hall had never been so crowded. Representatives from every spacefaring civilization gathered to witness what many considered the most significant first contact ceremony in galactic history. Admiral Zextal's crystalline form glowed with anticipation as they prepared to address humanity's chosen representatives. But the human delegation wasn't what anyone expected. Instead of politicians or military leaders, Earth had sent game developers, professional gamers, and the young players who had unknowingly saved their planet. Ming Chen sat next to Alex Rivera, both still struggling to process that their gaming event had been real combat against an alien invasion. Citizens of Earth, Zextal began, their words translated into all human languages. You have achieved something unprecedented in galactic history. You turned the mysteries of the cosmos into play, and in doing so, revolutionized our understanding of space itself. The massive holographic display showed footage from what humans had dubbed the quantum event, millions of players simultaneously defeating the Wraith Collective through pure gameplay. The alien representatives watched in amazement as clips of Twitch streams and Discord conversations revealed humans casually solving problems that had puzzled galactic scientists for generations. We came to study you, Zextal continued, but instead, you have taught us. Your games weren't just entertainment. They were a new way of understanding reality itself. Ming raised her hand, a gesture that caused several crystalline aliens to vibrate in surprise. So when I was breaking my speed records in stellar drift, you were actually proving new theorems in quantum physics, Zextal confirmed. Your high scores are being studied in our most advanced research institutions. Alex leaned forward. And my anti-cheat program is now the foundation for a new approach to quantum security across the galaxy. Zextal's form shifted to admiring green. You created it because you wanted to keep your games fair. The implications weren't lost on anyone. Humanity had achieved through play what other species had struggled to accomplish through centuries of serious study. Their games had become a bridge between intuition and understanding. between entertainment and advancement. The Concordat's announcement stunned the assembly. Earth would not just join the galactic community. They would lead a new division focused on innovation through gaming. Human game developers would work alongside alien scientists, turning complex cosmic principles into accessible, engaging experiences. But there's one condition, Zextal added, their form pulsing with amusement. You have to teach us how to play. The months that followed transformed both human and alien societies. Gaming cafes opened on distant worlds, where crystalline beings and energy constructs gathered to learn from human players. Alien technologies were integrated into Earth's gaming networks, creating experiences that pushed the boundaries of both entertainment and science. Ming found herself teaching quantum mechanics to alien scientists through modified versions of stellar drift. Alex's streaming channel became a galactic sensation, with beings from across the cosmos tuning in to watch humans demonstrate their unique approach to problem-solving. The Wraith Collective's defeat had another unexpected consequence. It introduced the concept of fun to species that had never considered it. Ancient civilizations that had pursued knowledge through rigid discipline discovered the joy of learning through play. Admiral, Ming approached Zextal during a break in a cross-species gaming tournament. Did you ever imagine it would turn out like this? Zextal's form sparkled with mirth. When I first detected those energy signatures from your games, I thought I had discovered a secret weapon or advanced technology. Instead, I found something far more powerful, humanity's ability to turn the impossible into play. As the tournament resumed, the assembly hall filled with sounds that had never been heard there before. Laughter, cheers, and the excited shouts of beings from across the cosmos experiencing the joy of gameplay for the first time. On screens throughout the hall, humans and aliens worked together, solving the universe's mysteries through the universal language of play. The stars had called to humanity, and humanity had answered not with fear or force, but with joy and creativity. They had turned the cosmos into their playground, and in doing so, changed the galaxy forever. In her Tokyo apartment, now filled with alien gaming equipment, Ming booted up a new space simulator, one developed jointly by human and alien designers. As players from across the galaxy joined her session, she smiled. The universe was vast and full of mysteries, but humanity had found their own way to understand it, one game at a time.